Hey, welcome to Good Thursday. Interesting day. It's springtime. Good things happening. I hope it's a great day for you. And in the midst of it, though a little bit late today, come on into my little world. Spend a moment with me, if you would. Do you ever notice that when you think you've got things kind of going a certain way, there always seems to be some snag come along? Or just when you think you're going to have a great day, then something disrupts it. Somebody gets sick, some problem arises, or whatever. You lay out your best plans, and then something comes along and changes the whole situation. It happens, doesn't it? That's the reality of things. You know, Jesus was confronting his disciples with what was lying ahead of him. They'd been walking along together and discussing, and he'd ask, "Who do people say that I am?" And they'd respond, "They think you're one of the prophets," or something like that. They said, "But who do you say I am?" Of course, Simon Peter, so impetuous and ready to say what he believed needed to be said, and what I think he truly believes, that you're the Christ, the Son of the living God. Got a lot of praise for it. Don't you know he was feeling good when Jesus said, "Yeah, that's not just by your recollection. This is pretty special. Flesh and blood has not revealed that to you, but my Father was in heaven." Peter was seeing something that a lot of people were missing. Others of the disciples may have seen the same thing, but he was the one that boldly stated it. He was the one that was standing out in front there. And don't you know others were looking at him and thinking, wow. And don't you know he was looking at himself and saying, feeling pretty good today. Got a big star today, feeling mighty fine about it. But immediately after that, Jesus began to talk to them about how he was going to die. Go to Jerusalem, die, rise again. And Peter, still feeling his oats, as they say, feeling pretty good about himself, said, "Lord, put that away from your thinking. That's not going to happen to you." He's thinking, I won't let anything like that happen to you. That's when the day turned. Jesus said to Simon Peter, "You're not thinking about God's things. You're thinking your own things. You're thinking of what you want, not what God wants. Get behind me, Satan." Boy, that had to be hard to take. That had to be hard to hear. He was the one who just praised Jesus, who just claimed Jesus as the Son of God. Some days just don't turn out the way you think they're going to. But it's not so much whether it's going to turn out the way you want, it's how you handle it. What do you do with it? You find those days that start off and suddenly there's a leaking pipe under the sink, and you can't just run off and leave it and let the water run through the house. You got to do something right away, no matter what it is. Get a plumber or get a bucket, do something. And suddenly the day changes, and maybe your whole attitude about the day does. It could be any number of things. Get in the car, the battery's dead, out of gas, whatever it might be. Back out of the driveway, bump into a car behind you. Suddenly the whole day has turned bad. You didn't get to fulfill the plans you wanted to fulfill. You didn't get to do the things you wanted to do. And that's frustrating. That makes any of us a little bit angry. But if we are wise, did you catch that? If we are wise, those are the days that we may just do the most and learn the most. And sometimes when we're sidetracked from our ordinary, from our routine, from the things that we plan to do or want to do, that we achieve the greatest things, quite often for somebody else. We get to show a better example. We get to show good things. We get to do something that we wouldn't have done by choice. And when we do, we find out a lot about ourselves, and we learn one of the better lessons of life. You see, it's not always our actions, but our reactions that tell as much about us as anything. Simon Peter may well have learned quite a bit that day. He still had a ways to go, but Jesus set him straight, and it gave him some food for thought. So if your day is not going the way you thought it was going to go, maybe it's a little food for thought. as you deal with what you got to deal with today. And you know what? It may just make tomorrow even better than you imagined. I hope you have a great day today. Just do the best you can, and whatever comes, deal with it and take care of business. Hey, we'll share some more things a little further down the road, but glad you're with me today, and we'll be having a great day. I hope you are anyway. Come again.